As I look back right now, I cannot believe that we were able to make CFI happen successfully with so little resources.
If someone asked me how we made it happen, my answer would be simple. It was entirely due to Pramukh Swami Maharaj's blessings, guidance, motivation, and inspiration.
I remember that before the opening, we were nervous and worried. But once Pramukh Swami Maharaj entered the land, the entire environment changed.
Pramukh Swami Maharaj came before the festival began, and he took keen interest in construction of the Nagar, the whole site.
Swami Shri was with us in every decision, guiding our day-to-day choices, ensuring the well-being of all the volunteers. He personally visited each department to make sure everything was running smoothly.
Whether it's about where to house the saints, how to take care of devotees, how the devotees would eat, and even planning the menu. Enthusiasm is not just giving you wise and strong words of just go and do it. No. Enthusiasm is a sign where you go into details and where you support every moment.
And જ્યારે પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજ આવે ત્યારે it's a different environment and everybody were so joyful and it was just different world.
And while they work, Pramukh Swami will visit different sections and give guidance and give inspiration and give blessings. So that kept everyone, in so much zeal and energy. Pramukh Swami used to come early morning on the site, do his puja, and he used to stay in a small trailer where his temporary bedroom was there. So he would take lunch there and also rest. And during the days, he will write his letter, have connection with the devotees all over the world, his administrative guidance to the organization of the different countries, and also meet the local visitors and dignitaries.
I remember Swami Shri having meetings under a tree in open grounds, even behind his porter cabin, just when he comes out, stopping his car halfway.
To ensure everyone has lasting memories of the seva that was done during CFI, Pramukh Swami Maharaj adjusted his own morning schedule on multiple days to take group pictures with each department.
So every morning after his puja, we arranged a photo session with Pramukh Swami Maharaj, and he would spend 20 minutes and have 2-3 sessions with the volunteers, and then go for his breakfast. It was delayed, but he was so happy to give this memory to these people.
He was always very hands-on and detail-oriented, requesting all the details regarding the planning of the visiting guests, their profiles, asking questions, and giving his suggestions for their better experience when they come. And for this, he also instructed Swamis for their day-to-day involvement in the process to make it flawless. He took special time to meet the guests individually after they toured the festival. He listened to them and they shared their experiences, and finally he would bless them making them feel at home. And this was really a touching moment for each and every visitor who came to see him and took his blessings.
And while he was doing all this, sitting in New Jersey, he continued to care for an entire international sanstha, writing letters, making phone calls, and caring for their needs.
So he was there, not just in planning, inspiring, but being the backbone that saw the entire event through.
CFI was a success far beyond our wildest imagination. First and foremost, there were no major mishaps. Despite the complexity and the scale of the events, visitors were in awe, not only by the grandeur of the festival, but the rich culture and traditions it brought to life.
That was great.
It was amazing. It was a truly amazing feat to happen in this area. It was wonderful. I had a wonderful time.
Well, I came here on Friday when it started, and I've become very proud of it, seeing it like this, and I think it's a true representation of India, and being an Indian, come from India, I'm very proud of it.
અને લગભગ એક મહિનાની અંદર 11 લાખ જેટલા લોકોએ ત્યાં આગળ આ ઉત્સવનો લાભ લીધેલો અને એમાં ઘણા બધા અમેરિકન ભાઈઓ પણ હતા. એ લોકોએ પણ ત્યાં આગળ આપણી સંસ્કૃતિ શું છે એ સમજવાનો અને આ બધું જે છે એનો લાભ લેવાનો એમણે પ્રયત્ન કરેલો.
I think it's fantastic. I feel like I'm in India. I mean, I really love it. With the music and the crowds, and it's like a hot sun and all the ethnic food. I mean, it gives you the feeling that you're really in another country.
People of all backgrounds left with a sense of connection to India's ancient wisdom, and that connection will undoubtedly shape conversations, ideas, and actions for generations to come. In many ways, the event opened doors for cross-cultural dialogue, creating opportunities for people from all walks of life to engage with India's heritage in a meaningful and transformative way.
So far, it's very well done, very well organized, and I think it gives a good picture of India to everybody in many respects. There are a lot of people who don't know what India really means and likes. Very well explained, and I think whoever designed this is fabulous.
The festival also enhanced the cultural diplomacy between India and America by promoting mutual understanding, because I saw very American dignitaries who came to the festival, as they all elected officials spoke so favorably about the messages delivered by the festival.
And this festival is testimony not only to the future of India and to the United States, but it's testimony to the strong relationship that these two countries have today and will have even more in the future. Thank you very much.
The dedication that has been exhibited by the over 2,600 volunteers should be an example to all Americans. Thank you, members of the festival, for affording all of us the opportunity to have this festival in our city, in our county, and in our state.
આ સર્વને માટેનું છે, સર્વ પ્રજા માટેનું છે. આ કોઈ વ્યક્તિનું નથી, કોઈ ધર્મનું નથી. આ વસ્તુ સાર્વજનિક જેને કહી શકાય, દરેક જીવોને માટેનું છે. એ અમેરિકન હોય, પછી યુરોપિયન હોય, આફ્રિકન હોય, એશિયન હોય, કે કોઈ પણ દેશના, ચીન, રશિયા, અમેરિકા, કોઈ પણ જાપાન, કોઈ પણ દેશના મનુષ્યો માટેની આ વાત છે. આ કંઈ એક વાત નથી. આ કોઈ ધાર્મિક વસ્તુ નથી, પણ દરેકના કલ્યાણની વસ્તુ છે. કે આ કોઈ સંપ્રદાય વધારવાની વાત નથી, મહત્તા વધારવાની વાત નથી, પણ દરેક મનુષ્યો આપણે નજીક આવીએ, એકબીજાને સમજવા પ્રયત્ન કરીએ, એકબીજાના ધર્મને સમજવા પ્રયત્ન કરીએ અને સાથે મળીને આપણું સારું કાર્ય કરી શકીએ. એટલા માટે આજે દુનિયામાં અંધકાર છે, રાગ દ્વેષનું વાતાવરણ ફેલાયેલું છે. અત્યારે આ પ્રમાણે હિંસાનું વાતાવરણ ફેલાયું છે, આતંકવાદ બધા ફેલાયા છે. એ બધાને આપણે જો શાંત કરવા હોય તો આપણે બધાએ બહુ જ આવી રીતે આ સમય આ ઉત્સવો કરીને એકત્ર થઈને એકબીજાના નજીક આવીને બહુ સારી રીતે આપણું સુંદર કાર્ય કરી શકે અને એ ધર્મથી થશે, એ ભગવાનમાં શ્રદ્ધા રાખવાથી થશે. એ આવા સાચા સંતો, યોગીજી મહારાજ જેવા ભારતમાં અનંત સંતો છે અને એવા સંતો દ્વારા હંમેશા કાર્ય થયેલું છે, અવતારી પુરુષોએ થયેલું છે. એમના સિદ્ધાંતો જીવનમાં ઉતારી તો આપણે એ ખૂબ સારું કાર્ય કરી શકીશું.
So during the performances, we could see the faces of the public that were participating there. And we could see those expressions of basically grandeur and wow, because they've never experienced or seen these types of dances and performances.
I'm so proud to see the effort that has been made, which was badly needed here in the United States of America, because in the past, spiritual activity has been sometimes tarnished because it was not done in proper fashion. But with the efforts of Swamiji and you all have really given a message that is not only necessary for Americans to get it, but for all Indians who are here, especially our youngsters. It looks like we are repossessing them. It's no more a feeling that they are going away from India, because this philosophy of unity that you have created is needed everywhere. And I feel the world is getting smaller, and now we all feel as if we are not away from India, we have not abandoned India, and we have repossessed India.
That is, it is a life-transforming experience, this festival and the various exhibits in it, out of which no one will go without being inspired, and it will give a new vision and point out a positive new direction.
Media coverage further amplified this, raising awareness and deepening appreciation for Hinduism and Indian culture.
Now, Eyewitness News.
Next up, we'll take you to a most spectacular sight. You will not believe what you are seeing.
This may look like India, but it's really New Jersey. Chauncey Howell will take us there next.
From the newsroom, this is Channel 9 News with Reg Wells, Gay Yee, and George Lindsay Young's weather.
As we leave you tonight, a passage to India will be a great deal shorter for the next month. Brenda Flanagan reports the sights and sounds of the Far East are as near as the campus of Middlesex County College in Edison.
If you've always wanted to visit a mystical faraway country like India, a bus ride could have taken you there today. A month-long festival of Indian culture in New Jersey is a feast of sight and sound, and our Deborah Quintana was there.
The passage to India is through Jersey. At least during July it is. The color, magic, and wonder of this faraway land is transformed onto 40 acres of Middlesex County College grounds in Edison, New Jersey. This is the first cultural festival of India held in the U.S. There are replicas of majestic temples and statues, many hand-woven from bits of bamboo. Resplendent in symbolism, each monument is grand and mystical. Many were brought here from India. Nearly all of the people working here are volunteers, thousands freely giving up their time. In fact, many of them even took the last year away from their jobs working to make this a success. The festival is to teach everyone a little bit more about India's rich, complex traditions, but also to keep a new generation in tune to their heritage.
એટલે પ્રમાણે ત્યાં CFIની અંદર એડિસન પાસે જે યુનિવર્સિટી છે એ યુનિવર્સિટીમાં લગભગ મહિના સુધી આ બધો કાર્યક્રમ ચાલેલો, જેમાં સ્થાનિક બધા હરિભક્તો, યુવકો, ભાઈઓ, બહેનો એ બધાએ મહિનાઓ સુધી મહેનત કરી અને રજાઓ લઈ અને ત્યાં આગળ સેવા કરેલી.
CFI was possible because of the total dedication of 2,100 volunteers. For those volunteers, it was more than just volunteering. It was seva.
આજે બધા સ્વયંસેવકો એનું જે મળવું, જેને કહીએ કે બહુ અઘરું હતું, પણ બાપાની આજ્ઞા, પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજની અને દરેક નાના મોટા હરિભક્તોને બાપાને રાજી કરવાનું તાન, એટલે કપરા સંજોગોની અંદર પણ ધંધા પાણી છોડીને પણ બધા જે હરિભક્તો અને યુવાનો એ પોતે આ ઉત્સવમાં જોડાયા.
So the unique thing about the participants during CFI were that they were all volunteers. For, as we mentioned, from school age kids all the way to working age. But all of them took time off from their school, from their high school, from college, and from work in order to participate in this event.
એટલે એ વિચાર આવતા એવું નક્કી કર્યું કે આપણે આ વખત ફેસ્ટિવલમાં કંઈક યુનિક વસ્તુ કરવી છે કે જેથી લોકોને આમ નવું જ લાગે. એટલે એ ધ્યાનમાં રાખી અને પછી આપણે એવું નક્કી કર્યું કે આપણે બાળકોનો એક સ્પેશિયલ પ્રોગ્રામ રાખીએ અને એમાં બાળકોનું સૌથી વધારે ઇન્વોલ્વમેન્ટ થાય.
For these dances, musical program and dramas, there were about 150 kids, youths, children. They were there. We had taken them to another place in Lynchburg, Virginia, it was a hotel, and they were basically trained in that hotel. There were special instructors and teachers came from India to teach them about the dances, musical, and the culture of each particular region.
So during our practice time in India, the 6 months that were there, many of us had never gone to India. So staying in India for 6 months during that time frame, not knowing what the food was like, not knowing what the temperatures were like, it was a major challenge. During that time frame in Ahmedabad, they were hitting record highs of 110 to 114 degrees.
One of the greatest facet of our seva in CFI was the aspect of samp, which is in the very foundation of BAPS. Of course, we all had different opinions and things weren't always smooth. But looking back, I think Pramukh Swami Maharaj threw us together in barrel of CFI to make us smoother. Also, I think that the US and Canada mandals together would not have been able to organize CFI on our own. We had the backing and the tremendous help of BAPS globally.
અમેરિકાના આ ઉત્સવની અંદર CFIમાં અમેરિકાના બધા ભક્તો તો જોડાયા, એ તો સ્વાભાવિક છે, પરંતુ લંડનના પણ યુવાનો અને ભક્તો એ પણ અહીંયા આગળ સેવામાં જોડાયેલા, કારણ કે એમણે 1985માં 1985માં ત્યાં આગળ લંડનની અંદર પણ આ રીતે કલ્ચરલ ફેસ્ટિવલ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયા એમણે કરેલો, એટલે એ લોકોને પણ સારો એવો અનુભવ હતો. એટલે એ લોકો પણ જોડાયેલા અને દેશમાંથી બધા સંતો ખાસ ત્યાં આગળ ગયેલા કે જેમણે આ ઉત્સવની તૈયારી દેશમાં છેલ્લા 2 વર્ષથી કરેલી અને પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજના આશીર્વાદથી બધા ખૂબ સંપીને અને હળીમળીને બધાએ સેવા કરેલી.
But perhaps the most far-reaching impact of CFI was its role in shaping the growth of BAPS in North America. It became a pivotal moment, a catalyst for the organization's future endeavors and expansion.
Since 1974 till 1991, we had, with Pramukh Swami Maharaj's blessing, grew exponentially. So many satsang kendras were going on, so many Ravi Sabhas were going on. And after CFI, we had a tremendous confidence, and we were talking about that if Pramukh Swami Maharaj does any agnya, we can do it. That was our inside feeling.
If you see the perspective from satsangis, there was a unity because people from different regions, they never met each other. Here they stayed for 1 month together, did volunteerism for 1 month, so they become so close. So that laid a foundation for the national integrity in satsang. And afterwards also, there were different programs that they knew each other, they understood each other, they respected each other. So it gave a great deep foundation for the unity in this organization.
For the women's wing, the event was transformative. The women volunteers executed their responsibilities with professional level planning, organizing women-led activities and programs that set a new benchmark. Some of my favorite memories of CFI, I built friendships for life, built relationships, and I learned so much from so many people around me. I'm a product of CFI.
CFI ની લોંગ ટર્મ સફળતાની વાત કરીએ હવે આપણે. એ લોંગ ટર્મની સફળતામાં શું છે કે પહેલાં જે બધા કાર્યકરો જુદા જુદા લેવલના થયા, બાળકો, બાલિકાઓ, કિશોરો, કિશોરીઓ, યુવકો, યુવતીઓ, બહેનો, ભાઈઓ, બધા જ. એટલે દરેક ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટની અંદર, દરેક વિંગની અંદર, દરેક એજ ગ્રુપની અંદર આપણે બધે આત્મવિશ્વાસથી બધે વાત કરતા થઈ ગયા. આપણી વાત બધાને આમ એકદમ આમ પેલું કહેવાય ને કે આમ બોલતા થઈ ગયા. વી કેન સંપર્ક ચાલુ કરવાનો કરી દીધો.
CFI put BAPS on the map of America. Before CFI, BAPS was known in pockets in USA. But after CFI, many Indians throughout US and Canada got to know about who we are and what we do.
CFI taught us the vital importance of reaching out. We found ourselves in a new land, immersed in a different culture. And if we wanted to preserve our identity, we had to learn how to explain ourselves better. CFI laid that foundation for this, showing us the value of sharing our religion, our traditions, our culture with the wider world.
CFI taught us the importance of reaching out. We were now in a different land from our homeland, with a different culture. So, if we wanted to maintain our identity, it was important that we learn to explain ourselves much better.
The journey of BAPS North America began very modestly by Pramukh Swami Maharaj inaugurating a small mandir in the basement of a small house. But the major milestone for the outreach of the messages was Cultural Festival of India in 1991. It gave us the acceleration to spread this message of Hindu values and culture.
In 1996, we organized a grand program in New York City in Radio City Music Hall.
In 2000, with the support of Sri Baba Jain, we played a key role in the Millennium World Peace Summit at the United Nations, where Pramukh Swami Maharaj and other leaders addressed delegates from across the globe.
Pramukh Swami Maharaj participated in Millennium World Peace Summit organized in General Assembly Hall of UNO, and there were world leaders, the spiritual leaders, and he gave the message of peace and harmony.
બધા ધર્મો વચ્ચે સંવાદિતા અને સુમેળ થાય એ આજના યુગની અત્યંત મહત્ત્વની જરૂરિયાત છે. એ માટે ધર્મગુરુએ એકબીજા સાથે આત્મીયતાથી વિચાર વિમર્શ કરવો જોઈએ. 1984માં જ્યારે અમે વેટિકનમાં નામદાર પોપને મળ્યા ત્યારે પત્રકારોએ પૂછ્યું કે બે ધર્મોના ગુરુઓની આ મુલાકાતથી શું લાભ થશે. અમે જણાવ્યું કે પરસ્પર જ્યારે ધર્મના ગુરુઓ મળે ત્યારે તે ધર્મના આશ્રિતો વચ્ચે દ્વેષ ઘટે છે અને સંવાદિતા વધે છે. આપણે આપણી જાતને પૂછવું જોઈએ કે આપણે આપણા ધર્મસ્થાપકોના આદેશોની કેટલા નજીક છીએ. આપણે તેમના તત્વજ્ઞાનને અને તેમના પ્રેમ, સત્ય, દયા, અહિંસા, સુહૃદયતા, શ્રદ્ધા, ભક્તિના આદેશોને આપણા જીવનમાં વધુ ને વધુ ઉતારીએ.
Through our humanitarian organization BAPS Charities, we began organizing various forms of community service programs like walkathons and health fairs.
Whenever Satpurush came to visit us, we organized large-scale events to bring more awareness about the Hinduism and Indian culture to the general public.
One of the most memorable events was in 2007 when over 20,000 people gathered at the Continental Arena in New Jersey for the centennial celebrations of BAPS internationally. It was one of the largest assemblies ever organized by the Swaminarayan Sampradaya outside India.
Many important guests and political leaders have come on various occasions to visit and pay their respects to our Satpurush. And therefore they have acknowledged and presented many proclamations, resolutions and written letters of appreciation to the Sanstha. Matter of fact, they have always provided valuable support when needed.
Today in 2024, when I see the beautiful Akshardham here in Robinson, it reminds me of CFI back in 1991, which was a milestone, major milestone to reach up to these heights.
Even with the success of these grand festivals, there was a challenge far greater than organizing events like CFI. A challenge that went beyond the logistics and the sheer scale of the festivals, a deeper, more profound obstacle that we had to confront.